Hello everyone, welcome to another video. I'm continuing my travel sketchbook technique series. This time I'm doing a video on skies and more specifically clouds. This is a technique I've been using for a few months now, and you know, wispy clouds are a little bit difficult to capture sometimes, so I like the way that this keeps them light and airy and doesn't weigh them down with any of the black line work, which is what I was doing before, and I still do for some types of clouds, but for these sort of wispy lines of clouds and things, I think this is a better way, or a way that I prefer more anyways. So you may have seen my last technique video, and I started with a blank page and I drew everything as we went along, and that made for a bit of a longer video. So this time I decided to have everything else already drawn in, and then I'm just going to work on the thing that I'm focusing on today, which is the sky and the clouds, as I talk to you guys. So hopefully that'll streamline things a little bit, and it won't be a super long video because of that. But all right, let's start into this. I'm gonna start with some blue. I'm going for a really kind of true blue. I'm not going to, I'll put a little bit of other colors into it, but I'm not gonna weigh it down too much. So let's see. So I'm just gonna block it all in. Get some more water in there actually though. And with this, you want it to be fairly wet because you don't want the paint color to set yet. You want it to kind of float above the page for a little bit. So we're gonna put down quite a bit of water with this. Add a little bit more color in there. So you can see there's quite a bit of water there. It's kind of sloshing around a little bit. So now I go in with a paper towel. Probably should be clean, but it's okay. Find a clean area. And we use the paper towel to make lines in the water. So you can see how it kind of makes an organic shape. You wouldn't get this by just putting the color down and avoiding these areas. So this kind of shape only really comes from doing this, from the texture of the towel, from the texture of the paper. So once you've done that, now I go in and kind of emphasize some of these edges here. And because you've taken the paint and the water away from this area, it's going to sort of come up and stop right at that sort of barrier of dry paper, I guess you could say. So I'm not going to do it along all of it, but just along some of the edges and kind of pulling it out, just to bring a little bit more attention to that. And then build it up a little bit more down here and around there. So you can kind of see that I'm using the edge of that area. So I'm using the edge. I think I might go in here though and just kind of add a little bit of stuff in here and play around with that a little bit. because this cloud's not quite so solidly white as that. So I just want to add a little bit into it. There you go. So now we'll let that dry a bit, and I'm going to use the trick that I mentioned in my last video. Since I'm in my home studio, I can use my hair dryer to have it dry a bit faster. Basically, you can see how essentially easy it is to get this this technique. All you need is your paper towel and watercolor, basically, and yeah, you're just dipping it down onto the places in the kind of the shape of the clouds, and then relying on the texture of the paper and the towel. You know, you'll get a slightly different texture for each different, like if you used a napkin or something instead of that. And then just build up the edges. I don't build up all edges. I look for the darker side of the cloud, and I'll just build up that edge just so things aren't competing with each other quite as much. I'm gonna finish this up just with a little bit of white gel pen to kind of get some of the reflections in the water here. I should probably buy a new gel pen because this one is drying out. Alright, so that's how I achieve the wispy cloud technique that I've been really enjoying using in my sketchbook recently. I hope this tutorial was helpful and that you learned something new, or it inspired you to try something different in your sketchbook. If you have any requests for other technique videos, please put them down in the comments below and I will see if I can get to them. And yeah, that's gonna be it for today's video. I hope everyone has a great day, and I'll see you in my next technique video. Bye.